Alright, so I just made another one. This one might actually fit the radio. I made them an inch shorter. I try to get these all straight on here. Well, this wood is just kind of warped, but so we'll see if this one fits. So what I want is to sit just above the radio. The problem is when you got so much width on everything, it ends up taking up a lot of space. So the only thing I could do is maybe get a piece of wood, like pine instead. They wouldn't need frame construction as much. So we're gonna go in here and see if it fits. All right, so I didn't really do too much thinking about it. I just took some quick measurements and I made some changes. But one of the things that the idea is like, well, you could take this and add this to this one and do this and do that. I want it to be modular, so that's the thing. So this one's actually not 24 inches and this one is. But it's so close, it's like 23 and a half, maybe even more, to where like it'll sit on top. In fact, if it was actually the same, it's more likely to slide off. So what we want to do is we want to be able to put that on top of the 920 and raise up the 3000 and not have the weight on the 920. And then have it to where it's not taking up the whole bench. I can still keep my keyboard there. So let's see what happens with this. So I have too much stuff here, but yeah, the idea is really like this. And what I did was I actually just made this to kind of fit where it would fit here. And the idea was I was hoping I could put the speaker and the radio up here, and I just don't know what the hell to do with this thing. And originally I built one of these too tall so that this would fit underneath it, because the idea was, well, I'll put that there and I'll put the UPS next to it. But it was up so high to accommodate for that it just kind of, like, you couldn't put anything else up there. So if I can find a different spot to put the UPS, would be good. Maybe over here. I need to do something. This computer, I think the fact that it sits on top of the monitor is cool, but like maybe what I need to do is actually mount the screen up here on the wall and get rid of this computer case and put a tower in its place so I can come over further. That's what I'm kind of thinking. But I actually don't need the UPS. So maybe we'll just remove the UPS and put it someplace else. I've actually got another one over here with a dead battery in it. And I just like, because it does have surge protection and things like that. But basically, I'm not really using it to back anything up. I'm not really worried about that. So, and it doesn't stay on, so it really doesn't give you any useful information. And all the time it beeps when I tune up, because I'm pulling too much current through it. Because it's only 825 volt amps, which I don't know what that ends up being, but it's like 700 watts or something. So it's not really large enough. But because it's a UPS, there's only a couple of plugs in the back that are on bypass. What it does do, though, that is cool, is it keeps the voltage constant as well as backing it up. If it notices a variation in the voltage, it compensates for it. A lot of people probably don't know that, but anyway. So it can only run so many things, even when it's not on backup. Then it'll beep at you, which is annoying. So that alone is almost enough reason for me to get rid of it out of here. And it can go somewhere else. I probably could squeeze it down in here and have it back up the stuff that needs to be backed up over there instead. I think that's a good idea, because it's actually going to the Astron, and I think maybe a couple of TVs, and those aren't really that important. Alright guys, I just a little bit of weaseling around here, and I got this damn thing like pretty close to how I really had envisioned it. I've got enough room for the mouse for most things. The keyboard lines up pretty good in here. Power supply is, or the UPS is just barely hanging off, and this is just barely hanging off, and the 3000's right here. There's no weight on that radio. My speakers are not, well, you know, in a good, perfect listening position like they were before, but if I want, I can actually put this over here too. But so for now, I'm going to call that good. I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to figure out where we can Tetris this in. And I think that one's supposed to go back there, so we'll try that. And then I have something I discovered that is very strange on this radio, and I'll make a video about that in a little bit. Catch you guys later.